Good morning, Sebastian Lucido here, and welcome to 5 Minute Fresh Start. This entire week, we're going to study the provision and the protection of the Lord. And, two of his names, two of his redemptive names are the Lord, our provider, and the Lord, our banner or deliverer. And so here we're going to read in Exodus chapter 14, beginning in verse 9. It says, "So the Egyptians pursued them, all their horses and chariots of Pharaoh, his horsemen and his army, and overtook them camping by the sea, besides Pi Theroth and Baal Zephon. And when Pharaoh drew near, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, so they were very afraid. And the children of Israel cried out to the Lord. And they said to Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, have you taken us out to die in the wilderness? Why have you so dealt with us to bring us up out of Egypt? Is this not the words that we told you in Egypt, saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? For it would have been better for us to have served the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness." So let's get this chronologically where we're at. So the 9 plagues of Egypt have already been performed. The Nile turning red, the frogs, the lice, the boils, the firstborn of every house dying without the Passover blood on the mantle. So they're moving out. The Egyptians heaped gold and silver on them as they were leaving. As they're leaving, they get to the Red Sea. There's a mountain on the left and a mountain range on the right. So they're like in a valley, and they see Pharaoh's army, a superpower, bearing down on them. So they can't see a way out. This is important. Things look hopeless. And what was the reaction, the human reaction without faith to hopelessness? What was it? Hysteria, blaming God, crying out, wanting to go back and become a slave, thinking that there's no way out and they're going to die. And so they began to, would you want to go back and make bricks and have your children taken from you, your beautiful daughters taken into the palace so the Egyptians can have their way, or your men being taken away where there's no future? So, fear of hopelessness, and that hopelessness can be you can't make the mortgage payment, eviction, a doctor's notice, anything where you can't see a way out, a way of surviving through it, a doorway. And this hopelessness causes great hysteria, irrational thinking. We blame God. We get offended at God. We get offended at his messengers. It's like we're running around like a chicken, and we're lost in our fear. And so, we have to recognize this. But look at what Moses says to them. Verse 13, Moses says to the people, "Do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. For the Egyptians who you see tomorrow, you shall not see no more forever. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace." And the Lord said to Moses, "Why do you cry to me? Tell the children of Israel to go forward, but lift up your rod, stretch out your hand over the sea, divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the sea." And we see that in verse 22. But, what did he say here? He said 4 things. He said, number 1, stop talking. Hold your peace. Stop running around in circles. Stop your hysteria. Get a hold of yourself. Number 2, don't fear. And these aren't in order. These are what we do. Don't fear. Don't be afraid. Because you can't see a door, don't be afraid. Number 3, stand still. Because there's nothing you can do. You can't see a way out. And so you need God to get you out of it. And then number 3, stand still and see the relationship, the salvation of the Lord. Watch his hand work on your behalf to deliver you. So the next time we're in hopeless situations where we can't see a way out, we can't see a way to pay, to live, to get through, it's dark and there's no doorway, we need to hold our peace, stop speaking the negative, stand still and watch the relationship we have with God. We need to stop fearing and get in faith and get engaged, because there's always hope with God and there's always a way out. Hey, thank you for watching today. Please share this with your family and friends. Help us grow our network. Also, please go to our website and see some of our other teachings. God bless you and